Air travelers to the United States might soon face tougher testing rules in response to Omicron. Reports say passengers will have to show a negative COVID-19 test performed within 1 day of departure instead of the current 3 days. The new requirement will apply to U.S. citizens as well as foreign nationals. Well, this Simon Marks joins us live from Washington, D.C. Simon, the U.S. already putting in place travel restrictions on countries in southern Africa. But today, health officials saying the Omicron variant is already in nearly 2 dozen countries. Do you see more countries being added to the list as Omicron continues to spread?
I think that's going to hinge entirely on how quickly and how rapidly Omicron spreads in the United States. Yesterday, White House officials were saying that there is no evidence yet of it having arrived in the United States, although Dr. Anthony Fauci, President Biden's chief medical advisor, said 24 hours prior to that he believed it was inevitable that this new strain would reach American shores. This attempted move by the CDC to tighten travel regulations, if it is confirmed by the White House, will represent a substantial change in America's posture. It means that anyone, for example, on countries that have not been added to President Biden's travel ban, planning to come here for the holiday season, will have to take a negative test within a 24-hour window of their flight, not the current 3 days. That's going to put enormous stress on testing systems outside the United States. There's also talk here about the possibility of, for the first time, enforcing a 2-day test on travellers after they return to the United States. Now, it's not clear exactly how that could be enforced, which jurisdictions would have responsibility for enforcing that. As for expanding the travel ban, President Biden says that unlike his predecessor, Donald Trump, he doesn't like to shock America's allies. South Africa might take a different view on that. They are urging the White House to lift the travel ban that was put in place after South African scientists first sequenced this new Omicron strain. But so far, White House officials are unable to say when that ban against travellers from several southern African countries might be alleviated.
Some, of course, travel bans like these, a way to contain the spread of a coronavirus variant. But Washington also working with major vaccine makers to develop contingency plans.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been interesting over the last 48 hours to hear divergent views from some of those vaccine manufacturers. The head of Moderna has called the Omicron strain the Frankenstein variant, saying that it poses a real challenge for the existing vaccines, whereas yesterday the head of BioNTech was arguing publicly that he believed that the vaccines would still offer a reasonable level of protection against this new strain. The White House says that it's in talks with Pfizer, with Moderna, about the possibility of developing an additional booster jab to deal with the new strain if necessary, but they equally are urging Americans to take advantage of the current booster shots. And remember, the vast majority of Americans still have not had a booster shot to protect themselves against the Delta strain of COVID-19, currently responsible for 99.9% of cases in the United States.
Well, thanks for all that, Simon Marks, Washington, D.C.